Hey guys, what is up? Welcome back to my channel. And for those of you who are new, welcome to my channel. My name is Rebecca Gardner, and welcome back to another episode of Read Along With Me. So for today's episode, we're gonna read 3 chapters. Last episode, we read 5 chapters. And, basically, what happens is, Mr. Freeman gave Melinda a ride, and then she went shopping with her mom, and her biology class was learning about germination, and that's here woman talks a little bit more of the symbolism thing again, but that's all that I can really remember from this episode. But for today's episode, it's actually going to be a really exciting episode, because in one of these chapters that we're going to be reading today, we're going to spill the juice of what happened at the party. Like, we're going to be reading the gist of the party and spill the juice about what happened at the party. Not basically why Melinda called the cops, but what happened at the party that made Melinda call the cops. So, yeah. So that's what we're going to be reading today, so let's get reading. I sneak into my closet after school because I can't face the idea of riding home on a bus full of sweaty, smiling teeth sucking up my oxygen. I say hello to my poster of Maya and my cubist tree. My turkey bone sculpture has fallen down again. I prop it up the shelf next to the mirror. It slides back down and lies flat. I leave it there and curl up in my chair. The closet is warm and I'm ready for a nap. I've been having trouble sleeping at home. I wake up because the covers are on the floor, or because I'm standing at the kitchen door trying to get out. It feels safer in my little hideaway. I doze off. I wake to the sound of girls screaming, "Be aggressive, be aggressive, BEAGGRAR, BEAR." I am so sorry, you guys. Okay. BEAGGRESSIVE. For a minute there, I think that I've tripped into the land of the truly insane, but then a crowd roars. It was a basketball game, last game of the season. I check my watch, 8:45. I've been asleep for hours. I grab my backpack and fly down the hall. The noise of the gym pulls me in. I stand by the door for the last minute of the game. The crowd chants down the last seconds like it's New Year's Eve, then explode from stands like angry hornets at the sound of the buzzer. We won, beating the Coatesville Cougars 51 out of 50. The cheerleaders weep. The coaches embrace. I get caught up in the excitement and clap like a little girl. This is my mistake, thinking I belong. I should have bolted for home immediately, but I don't. I hang around. I want to be part of it all. David pushed towards the doors in the middle of a group of friends. He sees me looking at him and detaches himself from his pod. Hey, no. from his pod. Melinda, where are you sitting? Did you see the last shot? Unbelievable! Unbe-freaking-lievable! He dribbles an imaginary ball on the ground. Fakes left, right, then pulls up for a shot. David should stick to human rights abuses. He goes on and on. A loose ball racing downhill. To hear him talk, you'd think they just won the NBA championship. Then he invites me to his house for celebratory pizza. Come on, Mel, you're gonna come with us. My dad told me to bring anyone I wanted. We can give you a ride home after if you want. It'll be fun. You do remember fun, don't you? Nope, I don't do parties. No thanks. I trot out excuses. Homework, strict parents, tuba practice, late night dentist appointment, have to feed the warthogs. I don't have a good track record with parties. David doesn't bother to analyze my reluctance. If he were a girl, maybe he would have pleaded or whined more. Guys, don't do that. Yes, no, stay, go, suit yourself, see you Monday. I think it's some kind of psychiatric disorder when you have more than one personality in your head. That's what it feels like when I walk home. The two Melindas fight every step of the way. Melinda 1 is pissed that she can go to the... Melinda is pissed that she can go to the party. Get a life! It's pizza! He wasn't going to try anything. His parents are going to be there. You worry too much. You're never going to let us have any fun, are you? You're going to turn into one of those weird old ladies who have 100 cats and calls the cops when kids cut across her backyard. I can't stand you. Melinda 2 waits for 1 to finish her tantrum. 2 carefully watches the bushes along the sidewalk for a lurking bogeyman or worse. The world is a dangerous place. You don't know what would have happened. What if he was saying his parents are going to be there? He could have been lying. You can never tell when people are lying. Assume the worst. Plan for disaster. Now hurry up and get us home. I don't like it out here. It's too dark. If I kick both of them out of my head, who would be left? I can't sleep after the game. Again, I spent a couple of hours tuning AM radio into the weird bounces of night. I listened to Jabber Jabber from Quebec, a farm report from Minnesota, and a country station in Nashville. I crawl out my window onto the porch roof and wrap myself in all my blankets. A fat white seed sleeps in the sky. Slush is frozen over. People say that winter lasts forever, but it's because they obsess over the thermometer. North in the mountains, the maple syrup is trickling. Brave geese punch through the thin ice left on the lake. Underground, pale seeds roll over in their sleep, starting to get restless, starting to dream green. The moon looked over back in August. Rachel got us to the end of summer party, a cheerleader party, with beer and seniors and music. She She blackmailed her brother, Jimmy, to drive us. We were all sleeping over at Rachel's house. Her mother thought Jimmy was taking us roller skating. It was at a farm a couple miles from our development. The kegs were in the barn where the speakers were set up. Most people hung at the edge of the lights. They looked like models in a blue jeans ad. Thin, thin, thin. Big lips, big earrings, white smiles. I felt like such a little kid. Rachel found a way to fit in. Fit in, of course. She knew a lot of people because of Jimmy. I tasted a beer. It was worse than cough medicine. I gulped it down. Another beer and one more. Then I worried I would throw up. I walked out of the crowd toward the woods. The moon shone on the leaves. I could see the lights, like stars strung in the pines. Somebody giggled, hidden beyond the dark. Quiet boy-girl whispers I couldn't see them. A step behind me, a senior. And then he was talking to me, flirting with me. His gorgeous cover model guy. His hair was way better than mine. His every inch a tanned muscle. And he had great white teeth, flirting with me. Where was Rachel? She had to see this. Where did you come from? You're too beautiful to hide in the dark. Come dance with me. He took my hand and pulled me close to him. I breathed in cologne and beer and something I couldn't identify. I fit in against his body perfectly, my head level with his shoulder. I was a little dizzy. I laid my cheek on his chest. He wrapped one arm around my back. His other hand slid down to my butt. I thought that was rude, but my tongue was thick with beer, and I couldn't figure out how to tell him to slow down. The music was sweet. This was what high school was supposed to feel like. Where was Rachel? She had to see this. He tilted my face up to his. He kissed me. Man kiss. Hard, sweet, and deep. Nearly knocked me off my feet, that kiss. And I thought just for a minute there that I had a boyfriend. I would start high school with a boyfriend, older and stronger and ready to watch out for me. He kissed me again. His teeth ground hard against my lips. It was hard to breathe. A cloud cloaked the moon. Shadows looked like photo negatives. Want to? He asked. Do you want to? He asked. What did he say? I didn't answer. I didn't know. I didn't speak. We were on the ground. When did that happen? No, I do not like this. I did not like this. I was on the ground, and he was on top of me. My lips mumble something about leaving, about a friend who needs me, about my parents worrying. I can hear myself mumbling like a deranged drunk. His lips lock on mine, and I can't say anything. I twist my head away. He is so heavy. There is a boulder on me. I open my mouth to breathe, to scream, and his hand covers it. In my scream, my voice is as clear as a bell. No, I don't want to. But I can't spit it out. I'm trying to remember how we got on the ground and where the moon went, and wham. Shirt up, shorts down, and the ground smells wet and dark. And no, I'm not really here. I'm definitely back at Rachel's, crimping my hair and gluing on fake nails, and he smells like beer and mean, and he hurts me, and gets up. And zips his jeans and smiles. The next thing I saw was the telephone. I stood in the middle of a drunken crowd and I called 911 because I needed help. All those visits from Officer Friendly in second grade paid off. A lady answered the phone. Please state your emergency. I saw my face in the window over the kitchen sink, and no words came out of my mouth. Who was that girl? I had never seen her before. Tears oozed down my face, over my bruised lips, pulling on the handset. It's okay, said the nice lady on the phone. We have your location. Officers are on the way. Are you hurt? Are you being threatened? Someone grabbed the phone from my hands and listened. A scream. The cops were coming. Blue and cherry lights flashing in the kitchen sink window. Rachel's face, so angry, in mine. Someone slapped me. I crawled out of the room through a forest of legs. Outside, the moon smiled goodbye and slipped away. I walked home to an empty house, without a word. It is in August. The moon is asleep, and I'm sitting on my porch roof like a frozen gargoyle, wondering if the sun is going to blow off the world today and sleep in. There is blood on the snow. I bite my lip clear through. It needs stitches. Mom will be late again. I hate winter. I've lived in Syracuse my whole life, and I hate winter. It starts too early and ends too late. No one likes it. Why does anyone stay here? My report card. Social life F, lunch D, clothes F, social studies F, biology D+, English D+, Spanish D, algebra F, gym D, art A. So now we're going into the fourth marking period. The PTA has started a petition to get rid of the Hornets as our school mascot. It was the cheer that got to them. They heard it at the last basketball game. We are the Hornets. Horny, horny Hornets. Everywhere we go, people want to know who we are, so tell them. We are the Hornets. Horny, horny Hornets. And on and on and on. The wiggles and shakes that accompany the cheer freaked out the Merriweather PTA. Freaked out PTAs all over the city when the Horny Hornet cheer was televised. The TV sports guy thought the song was cute, so he did a segment showing the Hornet hustle with the cheerleaders shaking their stingers and a crowd bumping and grinding their Horny Hornet heinies. The student council started a counter petition. The Honor Society wrote it. It describes the psychological harm we have all suffered from this year's lack of identity. It pleads for consistency, stability. It's pretty good. We, the students of Merriweather High, have become proud of our Hornet selves. We are tenacious, stinging clever. We are a hive, a community of students. Don't take away our Hornetdom. We are the Hornets. It won't be a real issue until football starts up again. Our baseball team always sucks. So, yeah. Melinda goes to this basketball game at the last minute. And David tries to convince her to, he encourages her to come to the pizza party, but she doesn't want to because she was afraid that it will bring her back to what happened at the last party that she went to. And the school was ticked. The PTA was ticked about the mascot because of the cheer. But, like, man, what happened to Melinda is pretty intense. I want to ask you this question. What do you think happened to Melinda at the party? Like, do you think a guy did something to Melinda? Because if we look back at the last chapter, I will read this part again, and it might take up some time, but maybe this will ring the bell again. So, do you want to? He asked. What did he say? I didn't answer. I didn't know. I didn't speak. We were on the ground. When did that happen? No, I did not like this. I was on the ground, and he was on top of me. My lips mumbled something about leaving, about a friend who needs me, about my parents worrying. I can hear myself mumbling like a deranged drunk. His lips lock on mine, and I can't say anything. I twist my head away. He is so heavy. There is a boulder on me. I open my mouth to breathe, to scream, and his hand covers it. In my head, my voice is as clear as a bell. No, I don't want to, but I can't spit it out. I'm trying to remember how we got on the ground and where the moon went, and wham, shirt up, shorts down, and the ground smells wet and dark, and no, I'm not really here. I'm definitely back at Rachel's, crimping my hair and gluing on fake nails, and he smells like beer and mean, and he hurts me, and gets up and zips up his jeans and leaves. So, that was pretty clear that a guy did something to Melinda, and that's why she called the cops, because she was scared of what happened in that situation. So, what do you think happened to Melinda at the party? Let me know in the comments below, and if you guys have read this before, you can still answer the question, but make sure that you write it in a way that it's not giving away. The camera shuts off again, sorry. But if you guys have read this before, you can still comment and answer the question, but make sure that that you're not giving the plot away, because that's really unfair for other readers who haven't read the book before. But then again, you could sort of tell that something did happen to her, but yeah, anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and I hope you guys enjoyed the series. Remember to stay happy, stay safe, and stay cool. And I am off to the moon, and I will be back soon.